Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. This is the Apoc Survival Tools Rhino. It was designed by Demco Knives, Andrew Demco, right? So there's a lot going on with the title and the words and things like that. We're going to call it the Demco Cleaver from Apoc Survival. Now, Patrick with Cass Iberia sent me this to check out, and I am very, very appreciative. Check out Cass Iberia, check out Apoc Survival. They're all one and the same. We've had Patrick on Blade Talk with Scab and Joe a bunch. Let's watch this. That thing's wicked. Now, somebody said, Scab, we couldn't tell if it dented or put holes. It put holes, went straight through it. I mean, rock solid. But Patrick's been with us on Blade Talk a couple of times. I said several, but a couple of times that we're going to have him back. He's one of those guests who's always a joy to have, really good dude. Demco is well known in the knife world, right? From his collabs with Cold Steel, from his own knives, with everything. This piece I like a lot. Now, y'all thought I was going to say I love it. I do for what it is, okay? I'm trying to curtail some of that only because you hear it every video and I want to mix it up some. But there are some things about this particular cleaver that I really do like a lot. It has a forward cant, a very slight forward cant. I like that. I like the way the cleaver looks. I like the way it handles. I like the way it feels in hand. I like the way it chops. It has a longer handle. The bill hook. The bill hook's a different deal. I'm going to show you at the end. You can use it to take a pot off the fire, take a hot lid off of the pot, if you will. You can use it for stabbing, for penetration. If there's other uses for that bill hook, y'all please let me know. I say this all the time. This is a learning experience for me, and I try to learn as I go every time. Now, the other thing that I like about this cleaver, I like the forward cant. I actually like the handle size. So having said that, let me give you specs on the entire thing. It's got a generous handle. Generous handle. We're going to talk about the handle in 1 second. Let's pull some specs. The overall length on this bad boy is right at 12 5/8 inches. All right. I'm going to call it a 6 5/8 blade length with a 6.5 cutting edge. Now, I'm pulling these. I'm reading the tape measure on these. I like doing it. It's just a weird thing with me. It's not that I don't trust their measurements. That's not it at all. It just kind of gets me more in the vibe of the narration and the routine, if you want the truth. And I'm a show me guy. You got to show me, right? Now, the blade thickness on this thing is right at 3/16. Doesn't really feel that. I mean, it feels lighter than that. I'll get you a weight on it in just a second. The handle, the scales themselves, the G10 handle scales are 6 inches. Your inner grip is 5. Let's see. No, the inner grip on this thing is 5 7/8. There's not a hand alive that can't hold this. Now, the handle thickness is 5/8. Two things, Patrick, that I'd like to see Apoc do a little differently. Small things, but I'd like to see it. One is I'd like to get a little, maybe a little more grippy G10 and like a waffled G10. That was the word I was looking for. Maybe a little more waffled. It's not slick. The handle is not slick. I'm not saying that, but it's slicker than I would like it to be. And that's just the case across the board. A little waffle G10, that's taken care of. Can you hold it? Yeah, absolutely. And it's comfortable in hand. Small thing there. The other thing is this, the handle screws. The last 3 or 4 pieces that I've got, I've had to tighten down the handle screws. Now, guys, I make these videos. When I make these videos, these are first look videos typically. I don't do long form. These are straight out the box. And I truly, with the narration and with some of the things I do, I gear these to more of the people just getting into blades and getting into knives and getting into things like that. So there are going to be certain things that you do, like I'm saying that like with the screws and things like that. I know a lot of guys, first thing they do is they get the blade out, they put their profile on it, they reprofile the knife. At the least they do is strop it, but they're messing with the edge, they're tightening down screws, and some of you are going to say, well, Scab, that's basic. That's who we're making the videos for. Guys just getting into blades, overall safety, that kind of thing. I've had to tighten down the screws. I'd like to see that tightened up a little bit, but again, a small thing that should not detract from the knife at all. Apoc has impressed me greatly with their sharpness. The last everything I've gotten from them has been really sharp, but the Demco, the Wallace knives have been like next level. I've been very, very happy with the sharpness. When I cut that sandblast hose, the first cut's always pretty good. It's that second one, right? Because it's reinforced 4-ply, 1-inch inner diameter sand. I mean, it is a tough cutting medium. So typically you can go through pretty good one time, and that second time it slows down. I think we cut that material 3 or 4 times with this thing. Held up really well. I like a cleaver. Now, from a personal standpoint, I used to work in bars, right? A lot. Sometimes it was bouncing. Well, most of the time it was bouncing. But I also had a couple nights that I managed. When I closed up the bar, I always had a cleaver that I would slide in my back pocket. Now, I had the other tool too, you know what I'm saying? But I kept a cleaver in my back pocket, and the truth is this. I never wanted to use that thing, but if it ever came out of my back pocket, I didn't have to. Does that make sense? There is a creepy cool factor to a cleaver. There's a scary factor to a cleaver. Now, typically, a cleaver would be a kitchen utensil, a cooking type blade. We don't do that on this channel. That's something I'm going to get into more and more as we go, and I know I've been saying that, but guys, I work a real job. I have a real life, and sometimes getting to do everything I want to do for a knife review just doesn't happen. What I am going to do is take this over to Jimbo, probably after Blade Show, sit down with him, maybe do a barbecue video with this. He loves cleavers, and he's good with them. So that would be a good chance, chopping meat, slicing meat, etc., using it to cook, and I think that would do you well. I would use this, I would carry this, right? You can start a fire with it. It's got a great 90-degree spine. It's sharp as shit. I would throw it, and I'm probably going to do, after I do the video with Jimbo, I'm probably going to throw it in my pack. It comes with a great sheath I showed you up front. Probably going to throw it in my pack for camping. Use it as a camp cook knife, a camp tool. If you need to keep the fire going, you can. I like this thing. I like the kick-ass feel of it. I'm just going to just be real with you. It's got a really cool type vibe to it that I love. Demco did a great job. Apoc does a great job. Patrick, thank you again, brother, for sending it to me. Guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Anything over 0 is simply unacceptable. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. Guys, I back to blue. I have, since I started the channel, I have several friends in law enforcement. My son's in law enforcement. It's not always easy to back the blue, right? They need to be held accountable, and I agree with that. But they're not all the bad guys the media makes them out to be either. Finally, if you're an addict, and I am, never quit quitting. Well, I'm Scab. You're not. And we gone.